Hey everybody, this is Doug. This past weekend I was reading the forums, the different Facebook pages that I follow for patients, and came across a question that was asking if we need to take the same precautions with an iWatch that we do with our smartphones. So basically, industry really recommends that we keep smartphones about 6 inches away from our device, and the question was, do we need to do the same thing with an iWatch? I had heard of no problems with using an iWatch. And the only thing was if there's a magnet in the wrist strap that you don't want to have, because if you put your arm across your chest, you can activate the magnet response. And I've talked about magnets in another video of mine on Facebook. You can go check that out if you want to learn more. But basically, we don't have to be worried about magnets. They aren't harmful to our devices. Our devices can interact with them safely, but we just don't want to have a magnet on our device at all times, or really for very, very long. But someone else in the group had emailed Medtronic, and Medtronic Patient Services responded, and this is what they wrote. They wrote, an Apple Watch may interfere with the function of the implanted heart device because it has a magnet for charging. For this reason, Medtronic recommends a 6-inch distance between the implanted heart device and the watch. When the watch is in good working condition and used as intended, there is no known risk. So what I didn't know was that apparently there is a magnet inside the iWatch. I knew there was one inside the charger, but not inside the iWatch. So I was curious, and so I did a little experiment of my own that I'm going to share with you. This is my Series 3 iWatch. The question in particular was about a Series 4, and I don't know that Apple would change the design of their watch that much, so I think it's very similar to the 3. And I'm going to move my phone down here so you can see my little experiment. Here I've got my charging station. As you can see, this is how an iWatch charges. Just places it right on there, and now it's magnetized and it's charging. I'm going to take that off of there. And as I always thought, the magnet was in the charging station, which you can see, there it is. And it's actually a pretty strong magnet. That's not a weak one. That holds on pretty tightly. What I didn't know was that right in the middle of the watch, there's also a magnet right there. Not a real strong one. You can't really pick the watch up entirely with it. So it's not a very strong one, but it's right there, right in the middle. Real tiny one. And so, if you've seen my videos, you know that when I have a question about magnets, I experiment. And this is how. Now again, magnets don't harm your device. And a magnet has to be a certain strength in order to trigger that magnet response. So here I'm trying to trigger it by putting it over my ICD, and if it is strong enough, my ICD will make a noise, and you'll hear it. And I've done this probably 4 or 5 times. I haven't been able to get a sound to come out of here. So this magnet that's in this iWatch is not that strong. And if you're wearing it on your wrist while you're sleeping, even if you put your arm across your chest, I don't think you're going to have any problems at all. And in these kind of questions, I always defer to the manufacturer. My doctor, my nurse is not going to have any idea how an iPhone and an iWatch interacts with a device. So you go to the manufacturer for that, and Medtronic says that if the watch is in good working order and if it is being used as designed, you won't have a problem. And with my little experiment, I tend to agree. So hope this video was helpful for you.